We're going to make some cast bullets for the 8mm Mauser, and we're using the Lyman mold 323-366. It's an unusual mold. It's not in production anymore. And I'm making this little clip in the front so it's not confusing. Instead of making one huge video that goes on forever, I'm going to make several short ones. And this first one here is going to cover the mold and the bullet, and then how I pan, lube, size, and everything else. So what you do is, once you find this main video, look at the video responses, because as I make the other little segments, it'll be seating the gas check or pan lubing, sizing, whatever. They'll be in the video responses to this video, so you can catch this video, go down, and I'm going to kind of segment it. So if you got a specific question like on seating the gas check, you already know how to cast bullets and everything, you can pick over and get the little bits of information you want without having to go through a 10-15 minute video. Okay. Today we're going to lube up and size some 8mm bullets, basically for our Commission 88 rifles. And I have an interesting old bullet mold here. It's a Lyman mold, and the number on it is 323-366. It's cast bullet, gas check cast bullet for the 8mm round. What is a little single cavity mold. It produces a pointed flat base bullet that takes a gas check in 8mm. Now, I bought this mold a long time ago, and I fooled around with 8mm. I never cast for them. I reloaded for them, but not cast. And what this does is it kicks out a bullet. And another thing when casting, the type of alloy you use will change the diameter and the weight. I actually casted these bullets a very long time ago. They've been sitting around in a box for years. And I decided, now that I have the 88s and I'm working on them, we're going to get the gas checks on them, and we're going to lubricate them, size them. But what we have is a 174 grain bullet that the rough out of the mold diameter is 326. The reason for this is these are cast also with linotype or linotype from the hot type set presses. I used to be able to get a real nice supply of this stuff. You cast a nice bullet. The bullets are very hard, but they're very fragile. They're like frangible. There's no softness to them whatsoever. And there are some problems casting with lino, but they're pretty good for magnums and tough loads. So we got the mold, and this mold too, this pointed bullets, I remember it was tough to get a good cast bullet out of it. It's a difficult mold to use, but we'll try it again. We'll use clip-on wheel weights. Probably, if this works out well, we're going to go to clip-on wheel weights. Okay, so we got the bullets cast already. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the gas checks on them. We're going to pan lube them. The plan is to pan lube them, and generally I'd run them through a Lee sizer, but I used to use, in the old days, a Lyman or RCBS type of lubricizer with the little dies in the bottom and a top punch and all the other stuff. The Lee sizers are a lot nicer. They're less expensive, and you don't need top punch and everything else, or have to buy a separate machine like you do. But I still have the old equipment. I still have the dies, I think 323 or something. And we're going to go with that because I already have it. So what I'm going to do is pan lube the bullets and then run them through the thing to size and bring in this diameter, since that's the tooling I have already. Or else I'd use a Lee sizer. Now what you're going to need when you pan lube, you're going to need a Teflon, or what is this? Not Teflon. think that's with silicone, I'm sorry, a silicone baking pan, soft like this, okay? It's going to be a must. I looked around, couldn't find these silicone baking ware. You go on Amazon.com and they have them. So like $9 or something. That's the only place I could find them. I couldn't find them in a local store anywhere. And generally, you know, the thing, you put the bullets in a loading block, put the loading block in, and then there's several videos on YouTube. These here are the points too sharp. I don't have a loading block, so I'm going to set them by hand and put them in here. And then what I use with the sizer, the old luber sizer, I used to use just the beeswax and Alex mixture. It's real soft. You just crank it in there and it'll pump in there, but it's sticky, smoky. I bought some of this, it's a harder lubricant. I got it on eBay, Jake's Bullet Lube. And you know, if you buy a bunch of it like I did, I bought a whole bunch of it. There's 3 different types. There's a teal, there's this purple, and then the red. He has a red. So I bought all 3 types, tested out, red. It's real hard stuff. That's why you need the silicone baking pan. Because once you get it in there, it's pretty brittle, pretty hard, and you're only going to get out of a silicone pan. See, I already used this, tried it on some other bullets. And what we're going to do is melt it down, take a turkey baster, put it in the silicone pan, let it dry overnight. Then I take a wooden dowel rod and a drill press, push the bullets out lubed, run them through the sizer, and that's the game plan. So right now, what I'm doing now